Hi, everybody. I'm not doing the reading on Monday, it's Tuesday. And yesterday was the day out of time, according to the Mayan calendar. And I'm doing it today on Tuesday. So if you connected, fantastic. If not, you will check this later. And if you are watching, just let me know you're there. It's always nice to know that somebody's watching. There we go. We're going to change the energy. All right. I just had the reading for the Spanish group. And interesting card, the inner rose. There's a lady looking at an inner rose. It's a psychic card, meaning the unconscious, having lots of changes. It's about relationships, your relationship with yourself, and if you are with another, with a significant one. Now, here the poem says, I am the earth. From me, everything is born. Life is born. And she is a rose, is a revelation of my own heart. It is very still, but at the same time, it breathes. It flows with the winds of time. This is the poem that goes with the card. Now, this card's about not being afraid of being alone. I would say more, it talks about loneliness, which is different, or aloneness, I would say. We don't have that word in Spanish. We only have one. Now, it's interesting because you can be in your space with you and feel fantastic. And if you are in a relationship as well, give a space to the other, because how many relationships people keep invading each other, and when they realize there's no need for that, it means that a big change has taken place. And this is about the card of the inner rose. It means here, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you are not afraid of being on your own anymore. You discover being alone beyond the relationship, beyond relationships, any kind of relationship. Okay. Now, if you are a man and you're listening to this, you kind of appreciate the space that they give you, and you're thankful and grateful for that. It's like it's a breath of air, and you can rest when you have that. Now, the woman in the image, she is resting, she is serene, she has a lot of calmness inside, and at the same time she has an individual kind of presence. She knows that she can share things, but she doesn't have to do it. She only does it when she needs to, otherwise she doesn't. Now, here there is a recognition of your inner needs from a deep level. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. And it's not about how you think about them, because now you can enjoy yourself in a different way. Maybe before you were kind of worried too much, you were not being present completely. So the anxiety was coming even when you are with somebody or alone, and this was messing around things. But now, when you understand that you can be with yourself in a different way, meaning you have integrated a lot, there's no need for anxiety, for fears to show up, to arise. There's no space for that, because something here has changed. Something has really changed inside you. So the stars in the card reflect not just a relationship. It's like one is a mirror of the other. Drinking, because I stopped the fan and it's really hot. But if you are not in a relationship, we're going to talk about something that many people talk about, twin flames and soul flames and you name it. I don't know. I mean, I met my twin flame in another lifetime, and I had to heal that because he died very early. But I'm not expecting any more that because I know he's on the other side. But I think that when you contact that side that has not incarnated, it can be of much help if you're alone. Maybe here is in your path to have a soul connection, and to have a partner. Sometimes you don't, for what particular reason. Maybe you need to learn to be on your own and be independent, and to prove yourself that you can do things on your own. There's many reasons why somebody chooses consciously or unconsciously to be on your own. Now, here, when you are in a relationship, if you are and you're listening to me, you understand that respect and giving space to each other is very important, and allowing the other to be themselves. You don't need to change anybody, just accept where they are. They have their own luggage, their own things to work with. Nobody needs to save anybody else. Now, the golden rose that we see here represents a mystical part, spiritual and individual, inside a relationship, but as well inside yourself, because you have a relationship with the other self that it's not incarnated, and together you're one. It could be a metaphor as well of all the separation issues we have when we incarnate on earth in this existence, and all the duality issues as well. So when you actually contact with this inner rose, this golden rose, you have an opening of the heart and an understanding that you didn't have before. Maybe you start letting go of a lot of things that maybe you use in the past to relate, and they are no needed anymore because you have taken back pieces of yourself that you rejected. And by not accepting them, you probably felt lots of rejections or abandonment in the past. Now, the lady has two colors. She's dressed in violet and in magenta. Now, those symbolize two things, represent on one side a spiritual relationship between the woman, man, yin yang, this kind of duality. And on the other one, it's a huge opening of the heart with unconditional love. And when this happens, what happens is what we call a tantric relationship, okay? Where the sun that we see here represents as well the presence of the duality, but in balance. You probably know that most of the people, when they relate in sexual relationships, they relate from the first chakra and the second, but they don't have a connection between the heart and the second chakra, which is ideally so that the connection and the union between the two persons taking place in this relationship becomes much more than a physical one. It goes beyond the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And then it becomes a reflection of the unity that we remember in our soul, where we come from the divine sparkle that created us. So the card for this week is about this. It's about accepting this unity inside you, working out what's going on in your relationships out there. For me, today it's been a long night because I heard a big noise at 1 o'clock in the morning, and basically a shelf fall over my crystal balls and broke two. And well, at the moment I was in shock. Then later it has gone. I did some healing. I did different things. Have several things that came to mind that at that moment that could be. But I realized that for 22 years I've been relating through the communication in one way, because the one that broke was the no G, which is the throat. And the other one was a rainbow one, an alchemic one, which I had for 12 years as well. So for me, and I'm sharing this, yes, I'm in a vulnerable space today. It's like I'm going to buy a new one, not the alchemic one, because I think the rainbow is already inside me. Actually, my logo has the rainbow. It always had the rainbow. It's more about programming this new communication from another space. And I think that's what's been taking place today, by those breaking and in a new cycle beginning. Interesting enough, I'm going to ask for that on the new moon, and hopefully Monday, Tuesday, I will get a new G, same size, but I will program it from a different space. And luckily now I live near the sea, so I will go into the sea at 6 o'clock to wash it and program it there. So I will let you know what's going on. You have any questions or anything, it's always nice that you write and you tell me how you feel about what I share. And remember, if you want to work with a card, those cards are shamanic cards. That's why they are not printed. I work direct with them. So you can buy it from me, the one that you want to work with, and I'll send you the information and the exercise and everything that you can do with it. So have a fantastic week. I'll see you in August, which is next Monday. And let's see what my cards say then. So have a fantastic Tuesday and see you soon. Big kiss.